Hello, everybody. Dr. Rick was dropping in on you. I do not plan on being before you long. There's a lot that I need to get done, but I did need to stop and talk to you about the importance of supporting grassroots movements, and there are many out there. The Odyssey Project is just one, and the work we do in the community, I think, is immensely valuable. I thank those who have stood by us as we have progressed and done the things that we've been able to do, but there's so much more to be done. Um, and I can't get into the numerous organizations and groups that are out there doing extraordinary things. But what I can do is talk about what we're doing and challenge you to do some things to assist us. And I'm going to be very brief. We have the Black Men Lead Rite of Passage Initiative, where we are working to effectively socialize, specifically racially socialize young Black males. We have the Restoring Ghettos Forgotten Daughters, which deals with the traumatic uh, influences on our young Black females, both girls and young women, uh, from everything from incest to childhood sexual abuse and rape and domestic violence, intimate partner homicide, and so much more. We have the new initiative where we're working to deal with and address uh, mental health issues amongst our people, especially with a focus to young Black males, as we witness a rise in suicide amongst our young Black male teens. We are working on creating a national network to provide resources for these young males who are being herded into the system, uh, or worse, they're actually harming themselves or others. And it takes work. Today, I am, we've been, we're always in some form or state of a fundraiser, and we're always pushing and asking. And anybody who has followed for any time is completely aware of the fact that we uh, don't come close to the goals. And unfortunately, that's come to be expected. It's just what it is. We do what we can, we do what we have to. I work my butt off in other areas to be able to do some of the work I do in the community, and I'm okay with that. But I do have to make sure that I'm taking care of my family and so much more. But this is what I want to do. I want to sit up instead of looking at the big picture uh, as I normally do and looking at what we really need to do and what we really need to raise. I want to just focus on one day. I'm going to focus on today. And what I want to do is I want to set a goal of $2,500. I have more than 2,500 subscribers, which is a lot less than I initially had, close to 16,000. But definitely enough to hit this goal. If everybody got together, everybody shared it, everybody, you know, put themselves in a situation. I know that you have a life. I know there's a lot of other going on. There's a lot that goes into what people are able to do, want to do, and everything like that. I'm asking those who truly believe in the work I do, the people who are blessed when they come visit me and see and partake of what I share, because that comes from hours and hours of research, hours and hours of working and standing and learning with others and under others, to be able to bring that to you and share it with you from the books, the articles, the lectures, the work I do in the community, the development of programs. All of that comes with me having to invest much of myself into it. And I don't have a complaint about working. I came to put in work. I'm here to put in work, but I need help. We need help. I've been talking to the wife. For those of you who actually went on her Facebook profile and told her we need to see her more on YouTube, thank you. She got the message specifically. Thank you, Erlene, for doing that. I don't have this thing opened all the way up. So, oh, there we go. Here we go. I don't have it open all the way up, so I can't see if you're actually on here. Oh, there we go. So I'm anytime that there's a video, there's always going to be the instructions at the top of the description box on how you can support the work we do. For those who have, we appreciate it, but I'll be honest with you, we haven't covered in the last year and month from January 1st of last year to today, we haven't covered the fundraising goals of the first quarter of last year. Not even close. But yet we're still working, we're still going. And every day I get emails from single mothers, I get emails from troubled fathers every single day that need services. A lot of the times I'm able to figure it out, work it out, get it done. If it's just involving me, it gets done. If it requires other things and other people, and those people require certain resources and we have them, we get them done. If not, we do the best we can to figure it out. Hello to everybody that's checking in. This is just me saying that instead of looking at the big picture and what we need to do, I just want to have one day where we go out and we stretch ourselves. So I'm asking you, as you watch this video, take the time to visit the videos that I've done before this. If you need to get to know a little bit more about what I do, take the time to visit the site to find out what we're doing. Look at some of the things we've done. I'm not real big on photo ops with kids, but I do have a couple of videos out there where you can see the work where we're working directly with them, where we're doing lock-ins, where we're doing one-on-ones, where we're doing events. But I'm very leery about putting kids out there because it's hard enough to get them to trust us as it is. But a couple of people reached out and asked me to share. So I did that. That's out there now. You can see the work we're doing. There's a bunch of work we're doing with Young, was as her counselor. We did our work together. She went her way, I went my way. And the next time she crossed my path, I snatched her up. I often tell that story. I never dated my wife. I counseled my wife. I saw her heart. I saw her character, and I saw her need to heal. I gave her everything from a professional perspective that I had to give. She took that and everything else she already had, and she went out and she finished what she needed to finish. Next time I saw her, I saw that she had made progress. I already knew the woman she was. I didn't need to date her, so I told her I wanted to marry her, and here we are. It's about work. It's about commitment. It's about putting in, because I knew that getting to know her by dating her wasn't going to matter any, because the person that I was marrying wasn't going to be the person that I knew a year from then or 2 years from then or 3 years from then. Why? Because she's growing, she's evolving, I'm growing and evolving. We just have a passion about the same thing. We have a love to help other people and a passion to help other people. So we work good together. I just have to get on her more about coming and sharing and working with me in this capacity, because she has so much to share. There are a few people that are normally on here that I don't see that have, the blessing of being on her Facebook profile. And so they know what I'm talking about. The few times that she's popped on here, you can see what I'm talking about. So we're out there, we're doing the work. I'm asking you guys, as you see this during the day, take the time. If you know who I am and you back me, support me. The links are there. You can do it either through Cash App, which I find more people like to do that than I thought, because I was bucking that. They were like, you need to do, I'm not doing no Cash App. But you can also go to the site and give through the site, whichever way works best for you. The link is there. I've shared it. It's also going to be in the description box of every video we do. With that being said, look, I'm not going to stay long, but I'll probably be back several other times during the day talking about things that are out there that we need to understand. Right now, we're dealing with the miseducation of our children. I told you that in book number 16. We're dealing with mass incarceration. We're dealing with a lapse in treatment for trauma. We're dealing with the disintegration of the Black family. I told you all of those things in Born in Captivity, which was the 19th book. Look, we've got work to do. We can either sit around and pretend like nothing's wrong and that we're going to all of a sudden one day convince our enemy to see their ills and their wrongs and correct them and give us what we are owed and give us equal footing. Or we're going to have to come to the realization that the only way that we're going to have any type of advantage in this society is that if we create it for ourselves. That's going to come with work. That's going to come with planning, strategies, agendas, protocols. That does not happen because we feel like it should. It doesn't happen because we can beg better than anyone else. It doesn't happen because we know how to hold up picket signs and protest. It's going, a matter of fact, a protest without an economic floor on which to stand is nothing but a collective temper tantrum, has no power whatsoever. You got to have the ability to impact people financially if you ever want to gain their ear, their eyes, their respect, their attention. You have to make your presence felt. And the first way that you make your presence felt in this world is economically. So I'm going to ask for your support. We have a goal today of $2,500. Shoot, it'd be nice if one person knocked that out for us. If not, I definitely understand. No big deal. We'll take whatever it takes to get it there. But we really want to make that point. Then we'll push from the next day and the next day after that. But today is the day that I'm going to spend some time with you. I'm going to talk to you. I got to get off. I got to go run and do some things. I'll be back. We'll talk about it some more. But we're also going to talk about some things that can be done. Because it's not just me out here. It's a bunch of people out here. And to almost to a person. Hey, Regina, almost to a person, the people who are really putting in the work are being overshadowed by nonprofit organizations who run all the games, say all the things, but don't do anything but get funding. And, you know, high salaries, funding, no work in the community. The reason we know this is because we're actually boots on the ground. We know what's going on in the community. Ferguson, prime example. The people who really had boots on the ground stopped being heard when groups like Black Lives Matter and others showed up with their funding and their backing from people like George Soros, who hijacked the movement, got everybody behind them, everybody sending their money to them. Look at where Ferguson is at now. That was a powerful opportunity, and it was circumvented because we don't get behind the grassroots movements. We don't get behind the individuals who are actually putting in the work. We get behind names and flashpoints and themes, and then it turns out to be nothing. But they're still eating off of the struggles and sufferings of what happened in that city, and this happens all the time. All these big organizations that are sucking in all this money and doing nothing in the community, including the Black church. We're going to call it like we see it here. We're going to keep it real. There's work to be done. As far as the people at the Odyssey Project, we're going to keep doing it. As long as there's breath in my body, I'm going to keep doing it. But I'm challenging you. There's so much in the way of love. You know, you can take all the anger and the hostility and hatred, and trust me, that's been enough done to us for us to feel that way. But I found that there's very little progressive movement in hatred, even when you've got to stand and defend yourself. You defend yourself from a place of principle, obligation, and responsibility, not from a place of hatred, meaning that I can defend my family against anyone. I don't have to be mad at you. I don't have to dislike you. But if you move against what I love, I'm going to defend them with every ounce of my being to the very last breath. And you better come ready to go. And that's what we need. We need men who are ready to go. We need support. So in that, I'm going to say that, and then I'm out of here. You guys have an unbelievable day. Hopefully we'll touch bases. You guys will check back in, but I'm going all the way on this. And I thank you guys for stopping in. I'm going to get out of here and go do what I got to do, and I'll see you when I get back.